Hello, hello. We're here at the Pink Caravan with Francois, who is the chef and owner at the Barking Dog Smokehouse. Now, I had one of his beautiful pulled pork burger things for breakfast, and you know, pulled pork is always sort of melt in the mouth soft, but this was a whole new dimension in deliciousness. Tell me, first of all, Francois, why are you called the Barking Dog?
Well, it's an interesting story. When we started the company, we decided we wanted something that strikes.
Right.
And the one thing that we found is my partner and I, who started it, we're very persistent. And we were looking for something that can be associated with persistent, and we found that barking dog in the middle of the night. That is just persistent. It doesn't go away. You can make a noise as much as you want, but it just keeps on coming back. And we decided, well, we're the guys who are persistent, we're the barking dogs, and that's what we're going to be called.
I have a sense that the idea is that people should sit and stay and all of those things that the bad barking dog actually doesn't do. That I think you're a lot more delicious than the barking dog. That for one thing, you know, there's a kind of delicious smokiness in both your brisket and your pulled pork that is really very special and very unusual. That, you know, so often people use fake smoke, and you know, yours is proper smoke. But tell me, how have you achieved that beautiful smokiness?
Part of the process was designing a smoker that reintroduces moisture. Now, we looked at a couple of concepts to try and achieve that. The Weaver smoker was the closest to it, so we designed something similar to that. Our smokiness is, there's techniques and techniques. We use a wet wood chip technique. So as opposed to just chucking wood chips into it and hoping that it smokes well, we actually let ours sit in a moisture combination of apple juice and water, so you get extra flavor coming through that. And the chips, we use different combinations for the two different meats because they have different taste profiles. So on our pork we use a cherry, mesquite, and your normal sort of hardwoods, give it a dark, heavy
sweet
flavor.
Aromatic thing.
That's exactly what we're looking at, and even to the extent of taking dried rosemary branches and just putting them in there as well, because it adds to the flavor. And then with our beef, we change the combination up again. We use an apple wood with your mesquite again because of its dark and heavy flavors. And then we do chickens. We've just done a recent change into bringing in a smoked meatloaf, which is something we'll be launching very soon as well.
And I have a sense also that, you know, your pork and your brisket, that they're made from, you know, pigs that live nice lives and happy cows, and that eco-epicurean thing is important to you. But tell me about your meat and why it both tastes better and it's better for all our consciences.
We handpick every piece of meat that we are going to smoke. So I've got a supplier which I go into, I select the cuts that we want to use. We make sure that it's produced from ethical farming. It's something where we started, where we said we want to be an authentic product. And part of the authenticity is doing something that no one else is really focusing on. So we focused on meat that's ethically raised, ethically slaughtered, exactly what you're saying, almost animals that have lived a good life, pasture raised, no grain fed, no hormones and those sort of things. That has been our approach from the start, and challenging parts of those is finding those suppliers. We've managed to find them, and that's the basis to our product. Also, how you handle the meat once you've acquired it. Ours gets, both of our pork and beef gets dry wrapped, vacuum packed, aged for 5 days, taken out, another dry wrap, vacuum packed for another 5 days into a refrigerator so that all those flavors are infused. Then it comes out, it gets another dry wrap, and it goes on to the smoker. The process in the smoking is tedious, but we try and do a low and slow style smoking. Low and slow purely. The lower and slower you go, the more flavors get released. Your oils, in your meats actually just infuse with the rest of your meats, as opposed to just draining because of the heat. So we get a quite deep flavor in our meats. That's basically our approach.
And I can attest to that, that definitely these are far too delicious for barking dogs. That this is definitely for lucky people and not bad dogs. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you very much.